Stop the dream vacation trap stealing your heart health after 70. You booked the dream hotel and the tour, but the biggest lie we tell ourselves is that travel is rest. It looks like sitting in a chair, right? Quiet, easy, harmless, that's the lie. After 70, that belief is the trap that steals your heart health. Here's what's really happening. A silent thief rides every trip: flights, altitude, heat, and time zones gang up on your heart at the same time. Not fear, facts. 3 thieves usually hit together: lower oxygen, lost fluids, and long stillness. That combo pushes blood oxygen toward 90%, thickens blood, and slows flow. You feel fine until day 2. In the next hour, I'll give you a simple plan to keep your numbers steady and your energy up, backed by what airlines, cardiologists, and the CDC already know. Miss this and one trip can turn into weeks of dizziness, swelling, and chest scares. And the riskiest minute of your trip, it isn't takeoff or landing. It's a weird window you don't expect coming up. Keep watching. Right after this, I'll show you the exact moment the silent thief hits and how to block it. Why travel hits harder after 70. Let's be honest here, your heart and arteries aren't the same as they were in the 1970s. That's normal aging. Arteries stiffen, the heart fills a bit slower, and the margin for error shrinks. Now mix that with airplane cabins pressurized to roughly 6,000 to 8,000 feet. At 8,000 feet, the oxygen you breathe acts like about 15.1% oxygen at sea level. Translation: your blood oxygen can slide into the 85 to 91% range up there even if you're healthy. If you've got heart or lung issues, the drop can be bigger. Your heart has to beat faster to keep tissues fed. That's extra work before the vacation even starts. The air is bone dry, about 5 to 25% humidity. Every breath you take in that cabin pulls water out of you. You don't even notice at first. At a salty airport meal, a glass of wine, and hours without moving, and blood volume drifts down while blood gets a touch thicker. Stillness lets blood pool in the legs. That's why your ankles swell. It's also why clot risk creeps up the longer you sit. Trust me on this one, the risk is about time and stillness, not just age. Now layer on sleep loss and time zones. Short sleep spikes stress hormones, nudges blood pressure higher, and makes blood sugar swing more. Miss or mistime a dose of your meds by hours while crossing time zones, and the swings get bigger. After 70, those small errors have louder effects because the system's cushion is thinner. Nobody's asking you to be perfect, just precise enough. Here's the pattern I see all the time: that day 2 wall. There's a tipping point around 3.5 to 4 hours of flight time where the mix of mild hypoxia, dehydration, and immobility becomes more than your usual reserves. The Harvard group flagged this too. Longer exposure raises strain, and seniors desaturate more, with heart rate climbing to compensate. You might land feeling okay, then crash the next afternoon: heavy legs, woozy head, higher resting heart rate, lousy sleep. Ever had that? That's not just jet lag, it's the silent thief at work, physiology stacking up while you think you're resting. The cabin environment doesn't care if you feel fit for your age. Fitness helps, sure, but it doesn't change the oxygen math. At 8,000 feet equivalent, gas expands in the body, the airway lining dries, and your heart works harder at baseline. If you've got anemia, heart failure, COPD, asthma, coronary disease, or AFib, the stakes rise. The American Heart Association and CDC both point out that low cabin pressure and long immobility can aggravate heart and lung problems. That doesn't mean you can't fly, it means you prep like a pro. The thing most people miss is sodium balance. They've heard drink tons of water, so they chug plain water all day. Problem: overdoing plain water can dilute sodium and make you lightheaded, hyponatremia. On flights, a smarter play is steady fluids plus a small measured electrolyte bump, especially if you're sweating at your destination or taking diuretics. It's not about sports drink hype, it's about keeping volume and electrolytes in range so your heart doesn't chase its tail. Now let me show you exactly why stillness is the sneakiest stressor. Your calf muscles are a second heart for your veins. When they don't contract, blood drifts downward and sits. Over hours, that swelling isn't just annoying, it's a setup for clots. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches in the boarding area: medical grade compression socks in the 15 to 30 millimeters of mercury range. Fitted right, they keep flow moving and have been shown to slash symptomless deep vein thrombosis risk dramatically on long flights. Paired with aisle access so you can stand and move, you're cutting the core risk, not just fidgeting. And there's one more piece: heat and altitude at your destination. If you land in Denver, Mexico City, or Cusco, you're stacking altitude on top of cabin effects. First 48 hours, your heart's doing catch-up. Push too hard, big hike, heavy dinner, alcohol, and you'll feel it. In heat, you sweat more, lose salt, and the heart strains to cool you while staying hydrated. Either way, the fix is the same theme: protect oxygen delivery, protect blood volume, and keep blood moving. If you remember nothing else from this section, travel stress after 70 is a three-part hit: thinner air, drier air, and less movement. The reason this works as a teaching frame is simple. Fix those three and most of the scary stuff, dizziness, swelling, chest tightness, brain fog, backs off fast. In a second, I'll map the exact stressors one by one so you can see where your weak spot is. Then we'll build your plan around it. You've got this. Coming up next, the three levers: air, altitude, and immobility, broken down with the one routine that blunts all three. The three travel stressors: air, altitude, immobility. Let's break the enemy into three parts so you can beat each one cleanly: air, altitude, and immobility. Same plane, same body, three different levers. Once you see them, you'll know exactly what to do the moment you book a seat. First, air, not the volume, the oxygen pressure. In the cabin, you're breathing the equivalent of thinner air, which is why blood oxygen can drift toward the low 90s or even high 80s for some folks. Most healthy people tolerate that for a bit, but after 70, the cushion is thinner and the heart works harder to keep up. What you feel isn't a dramatic "I can't breathe." It's subtle stuff: slightly faster heart rate, a touch of chest tightness on the walk to the restroom, a foggier head. The thing most people miss is that dry cabin air is a hidden accomplice. Each breath pulls water off your airways. That slowly lowers circulating volume, which makes that oxygen drop hit harder because there's less blood moving around to carry it. So what is the practical move for the air problem? Two things. One, slow, controlled breathing that actually improves gas exchange: box breathing or purse-lip breathing. 4 seconds in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. It's a tiny lever, but you'll see your heart rate settle and your pulse oximeter number bump up a point or two. 2, steady fluids with a modest electrolyte assist. Not a sugar bomb, just enough sodium and potassium to keep your blood volume stable so your heart isn't chasing its tail. Sip regularly, don't chug. And yes, coffee or tea count as fluids, but on a plane, they don't beat water with a pinch of electrolytes. Second, altitude. This is different from cabin air because it keeps going after you land. If you go to Denver, Mexico City, or any destination above 5,000 to 8,000 feet, your heart is still dealing with thinner air. The first 48 hours are when people get surprised. You walk up a few stairs and your pulse jumps. You sleep worse. You wake up with a headache or feel off. That's normal physiology, not weakness. The smart play is to plan for it. Smaller meals day 1, skip booze, 2 gentle walks to get the calf pump going, and plenty of fluids with some salt. If you've got COPD, asthma, heart failure, or anemia, talk to your doctor about an altitude plan and when to check oxygen saturations. If your oximeter dips and stays in the mid-80s with symptoms, you rest, hydrate, and get help early. Nobody's asking you to summit a mountain. Stay independent, but be smart the first 2 days. Now the big one, immobility. This is the sneakiest stressor because it feels like rest. Your calf muscles are basically a second heart for your veins. When you sit still for hours, that pump shuts down, blood pools in your legs, ankles balloon, and clot risk creeps up the longer you're stuck. You've probably noticed that cement legs feeling on day 2. That's not jet lag. That's fluid and venous congestion. The fix here is mechanical and it works fast. Choose an aisle so you can stand without apologizing to 2 strangers. Set a 30-minute rhythm: ankles up and down, 10 calf squeezes, a hip opener, a rib stretch, 3 slow breaths, then a short stand-up. It looks silly, but it keeps the pump on. And here's the shortcut nobody teaches at the gate: proper compression socks. Not the thin dress kind, the medical grade ones in the 15 to 30 millimeters of mercury range. Put them on before you board, keep them on through the flight and the first few hours after landing. They help keep blood from pooling, cut ankle swelling, and slash the chance of silent clots on long flights. Pair those with an aisle and you've basically diffused the time and stillness bomb. Now the combo punch. These stressors don't show up one at a time. Dry air lowers volume, thinner air lowers oxygen, stillness slows venous return. Together they raise heart rate, thicken the feel of your blood, and make your legs a parking lot. That's why you can feel fine at the gate and rough the next afternoon. The good news. One routine blunts all 3. Prehydrate with a little electrolyte, wear compression, sit on the aisle, move every 30 minutes, breathe slow, and go easy the first day at altitude or in heat. You won't look extreme. You'll look like the person who still has energy at dinner. Quick story. A client of mine, 74, used to hit that day 2 wall on any flight over 4 hours. Swollen ankles, foggy head, a random extra heartbeat that scared him. He added compression socks, switched to an aisle, did the 30-minute rhythm, and used a small electrolyte dose. Same 9-hour flight. He landed, took 2 easy walks, light dinner, early bed. Day 2, no balloon ankles, resting heart rate back to baseline by noon, and he actually enjoyed the city tour. The difference wasn't luck, it was locking those 3 levers. Up next, I'll give you one quick pre-flight routine that hits air, altitude, and immobility in 10 minutes flat. This is the move that makes everything else easier. Build your personal travel risk map assessment. Before we jump into hacks, map your risk. It's simple, fast, and it tells you how strict your guardrails need to be. Start with you. Score these yes/no boxes in your head. Age over 70, prior clot or DVTP, heart failure, AFib or other arrhythmia, coronary disease or stent, COPD or asthma, diabetes, chronic kidney issues, anemia or low baseline oxygen. Each yes is 1 point, 2 or fewer is lighter risk, 3 to 4 is moderate, 5 or more is high. No shame, no panic, just clarity. Now add the trip load. Flight length under 3.5 hours is light, 3.5 to 7 is moderate, over 7 is high. Layovers with long sits or sprints at a point. Destination altitude under 5,000 feet is light, 5 to 8,000 is moderate, above 8 is high. Heat and humidity over 85 degrees or sticky tropical afternoons, add a point. Daily stairs or hills where you're staying, add a point. Total those. Color time, green zone, up to 3 total points between health and trip load. Yellow 4 to 6. Red 7 or more, any single red flag condition like recent hospitalization, unstable symptoms, or oxygen at home. This isn't about fear, it's about what lane you should drive in. Green means you can use the standard plan. Yellow means you tight timing and movement. Red means you get doctor clearance and consider extras like in-flight oxygen or stricter altitude limits. Next, schedule a doctor touchpoint 2 to 4 weeks out if you're yellow or red. Ask 4 things. 1. Any medication changes before travel? 2. Do I need compression socks and what pressure? 15 to 30 millimeters of mercury is the usual target. 3. What's my altitude plan if I'm going above 5,000 feet? Any oxygen considerations or activity caps? Day 1. 4. Vaccines or travel meds that won't clash with my current list. Bring your itinerary, flight lengths, layovers, and destination elevation. You'll get better advice with real details. Baseline your numbers at home for 3 to 5 days. Morning, seated after 2 minutes of rest, blood pressure, resting heart rate, and oxygen saturation. Write the averages. For most, a resting heart rate baseline might be in the 60s to 70s, oxygen in the mid to high 90s at sea level. Note your usual ankle size and weight first thing in the morning. These are your green graph lines. On the trip, you're aiming to keep within 5 beats of resting heart rate, blood pressure near your usual, and oxygen no lower than your typical -3 to 4 points at rest. If your morning weight rises 2 pounds in 2 days with ankle swelling, that's a yellow flag, especially if you're on heart failure meds or diuretics. Medication timing is next. Print a simple grid with 2 rows, home time and destination time. Drop your exact doses into destination time. For flights crossing multiple zones, slide doses gradually in the days before, keep home time dosing on travel day with alarms, then switch on arrival without doubling. The one rule: never leave a big gap on heart meds, blood thinners, or insulin. If you're unsure, call your pharmacist, they're wizards at timing. Add simple guardrails based on your color. Green, aisle seat, compression socks, 30-minute move rhythm, light electrolyte sip plan, easy first day. Yellow, all green steps plus stricter movement at airports, firm nap limits, tighter med alarms, and oximeter checks after walks at altitude. Red, doctor-cleared plan, consider pre-arranged wheelchair assist to avoid sprints, evaluate in-flight oxygen if your resting oxygen runs low at baseline, and hard cap activities day 1 to 2. Finally, set your trip goals next to your map. What do you want to say yes to? A museum loop, a family dinner, a short hike? Cool, your map's job is to protect those moments. Stick it on paper: your color, your baselines, your med grid, your flight length, your destination altitude, and 3 non-negotiables. Compression on aisle chosen, 30-minute rhythm, that's your lane. Once you've got it, the rest of this plan will feel obvious. You've got this. The 7-day pre-trip heart prep habit stack. 7 days is enough to tilt the odds your way. Think of this as a simple stack you can actually do, not a boot camp. We'll protect oxygen delivery, protect blood volume, and keep blood moving before you ever see a gate. Day 7 to day 5, start your hydration ramp. Not gallons, steady sips. Aim for about half a liter in the morning and another half liter by mid-afternoon, then taper at night so sleep isn't wrecked. Add a modest electrolyte bump to one of those bottles, something with sodium and potassium, low sugar. This isn't sports drink hype, it's avoiding the plain water trap that can dilute sodium and make you woozy. If you're on a diuretic, ask your doctor first, but most folks do better with a small, regular dose than with chugging plain water. Milk, broth, and watery fruits count, but keep the sugar low. Salt and protein tune-up next. You don't need to drown food in salt. You do need a steady lane. If your doctors put strict limits on sodium, stick to them. If not, aim for a consistent, moderate intake. Avoid swing from zero salt all week to a giant salty airport meal. Protein matters because it stabilizes blood sugar and helps you feel steady on travel day. Shoot for 25 to 35 grams per meal. Simple play: eggs or Greek yogurt at breakfast, fish or chicken at lunch, beans or tofu as backup. Sprinkle salt to taste, not to extremes. Daily short walks, 10 to 20 minutes twice a day. No hero laps, you're priming the calf pump in your back. Add 10 calf raises at a counter, 10 sit-to-stands from a chair, and a 10-second balance hold per leg. That's your 3S sneak peek: steps, strength, stability. The point is to wake up the muscles that keep venous blood moving, so day one on the plane isn't the first time they work. Sleep bank quietly. Go to bed 15 minutes earlier each night for 4 nights. Get morning light on your face for 10 minutes right after waking. If you're flying east, dim lights an hour before bed. If you're flying west, push bedtime 15 minutes later for 2 to 3 nights. This light and time nudge cuts the day 2 wall more than melatonin alone. Keep caffeine before noon and skip heavy booze. You're building reserve, not being a monk. Medication audit. This is the one that saves trips. Write your doses on a simple grid with destination time on top. For drugs that hate big gaps, blood thinners, beta blockers, insulin, plan a gentle slide. If you're crossing many time zones, call your pharmacist and ask for a timing plan. Set alarms now. Pack meds and carry-on only in original bottles with 2 extra days as a buffer. Toss a printed list of meds, doses, conditions, allergies, and your doctor's numbers in your bag. You'll never need it until you do. Baseline checks start now so you know you're normal. 3 mornings in a row, seated, 2 minutes of quiet, then take blood pressure, resting heart rate, and oxygen saturation. Jot the averages, note your morning weight, and a quick look at ankle size. These numbers are your green lines to protect on the road. Don't obsess, trend, don't chase. Compression socks fitting. Do this at home, not at the airport. You want 15 to 30 millimeters of mercury knee-high, properly sized by calf circumference, not guesswork. Practice putting them on. They'll feel snug but not painful. Wear them on a normal walk for 30 minutes one day so there are no surprises. On flight day, they'll be your quiet armor against pooling and clots. Pack list: quick and ruthless. Meds and spares, compression socks, electrolyte packets or tabs with low sugar, a small protein snack stash, nuts, jerky, protein bars you actually like. Oximeter if you have lung or heart disease or you're going to altitude. Glucometer and hypo kit if you have diabetes. A soft water bottle you can fill past security. Light layers for cabin swings, a printout of your med grid and your baselines. Done. Food pattern for the week: simple, steady, boring in a good way. 3 square meals, each with protein, some fiber, and a little salt. Skip giant late dinners. Keep alcohol light. Your gut will reward you on the flight. Breathing and posture primer takes 2 minutes. Sit tall, ribs stacked over pelvis, 1 hand on belly, 1 on chest. Inhale through the nose for 4, feel the belly lead, hold 2, exhale through pursed lips for 6. Do 5 cycles morning and evening. This skill pays off on the plane when your heart rate wants to drift up. Mini rehearsal on day 2, set a 30-minute timer during TV time. When it dings, do 10 ankle pumps, 10 calf raises, a quick hip opener, 3 slow breaths. It'll feel silly, that's fine, you're wiring the rhythm you'll use in the air. Day before travel, tighten the lane. Keep fluids steady with 1 electrolyte bottle by mid-afternoon. Eat protein-forward meals. Lay out your socks, meds, water bottle, and snacks. Double-check alarms, look at your baselines once, then close the notebook. You did the work. Last thing, mindset: you're not fragile, you're prepared. This week is about smoothing the start so you can enjoy life to the fullest when you land. Tomorrow we lock the 24-hour window that makes or breaks the whole trip. Coming up next, the exact 24-hour play that keeps your heart rate calm and your ankles normal, plus the tiny pre-boarding ritual most people skip that pays off all flight long. The 24-hour window that makes or breaks you. Critical day. This is the money day, the 24 hours before wheels up. Nail this and you walk off the plane feeling human. Miss it and you're chasing symptoms for 2 days. So here's the exact play. Start with your last main meal before the airport. Keep it boring and powerful. Protein plus salt, low sugar, light on heavy fats. Think omelet with a little cheese and sautéed veggies, or chicken with rice and salted green beans, or Greek yogurt with nuts and a sprinkle of salt. The salt piece isn't about going wild, it's about keeping blood volume steady so cabin dryness doesn't drain you. Skip the big dessert and the heavy booze. One small drink with food is fine if your doctor's cool with it, but heavy alcohol dehydrates you and messes with sleep and heart rhythm. We're not feeding cravings, we're feeding performance. Prehydrate, don't overhydrate. 2 to 3 cups of fluid over the 6 hours before your flight is plenty for most people, with one bottle getting a modest electrolyte bump, low sugar, some sodium and potassium. Sip, don't chug, you're avoiding the hyponatremia trap from pounding plain water. And build a bathroom plan that forces you to move through the terminal. Standing up to go pee every so often is a feature, not a bug. Compression socks go on before you leave home. Not in the gate area, not in the plane aisle before shoes. You want 15 to 30 millimeters of mercury knee-high size to your calf. They'll feel snug but not strangling. This one step pays you back for hours by keeping blood from pooling in your legs. If you remember nothing else, remember this: socks on early. At the airport, movement is medicine. Every 30 to 45 minutes, do a tiny circuit, 10 ankle pumps, 10 calf raises, a gentle hip hinge, 3 slow breaths through pursed lips. If you've got time, take the longer path to the gate. Use moving walkways as off-ramps and the regular floor as your work zone. You don't need to sweat, you just need the calf pump on. And skip the bar if you can. A small coffee or tea is fine earlier in the day, but match it with water. Gate naps go short, 10 to 20 minutes max. Set an alarm. Deeper naps right before boarding dump you into groggy territory, spike confusion, and mess up your first night of sleep at the destination. If you're wiped, do a reset instead. Sit tall, flat, eyes closed, 5 rounds of box breathing, 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. Your heart rate will settle without the nap hangover. Here's a weird one that matters: the seat swap. If you booked a window but your risk map says you're yellow or red, trade to an aisle even if it's a few rows back. Why? Access beats scenery. Aisle means you can stand without climbing over people. That alone can cut clot risk far more than any fancy stretching you promise yourself, but never do at a window. And pick the aisle on the side you like to stand from. If your right knee is cranky, choose a left aisle so you pivot easier. Locks and layers, belt low and loose so you're not squeezing your ribs when you breathe. Wear light layers. Cabins swing from hot to cold, and shivering or sweating both cost energy and fluids. Shoes with room for foot swell help too, don't lace like you're racing a 5K. Snack insurance. Pack something salty and protein forward you actually like: jerky, nuts, a small cheese stick, a low-sugar protein bar. Airport food is often high in refined carbs and random salt. A steady snack beats a big blood sugar spike and crash mid-flight. Set your timers now. Alarm for a movement break every 30 minutes in the air. Alarm for med doses if you're keeping home time on travel day. If you're crossing time zones, remember the rule: don't double dose, don't leave big gaps. Slide after landing per your grid. Red flags to respect before boarding: sudden calf pain or one leg swelling more than the other, chest tightness or breathlessness out of proportion to the walk to the gate. If that pops up, tell the gate agent, not just your travel buddy. Flight crews would rather delay a minute than divert at 35,000 feet. Last check before you scan your boarding pass. Socks on, water bottle filled, aisle selected, movement alarm set, med alarms on, snack in your bag. That's your armor. You're not being fussy, you're being efficient. And now, the tiny ritual that flips your nervous system into cruising mode. Sit, feet flat, hands on thighs, soften your jaw and do 6 slow breaths through pursed lips. In for 4, out for 6. Feel your shoulders drop. This isn't woo-woo, it's physiology that bumps oxygen and calms heart rate. You're ready to board like a pro, not a statue. Next up, the in-flight rhythm that quietly protects your heart every 30 minutes, and the one mistake almost everyone makes after the drink cart rolls by. In-flight protocols: Air plus Immobility control. You're in the seat, now we run the rhythm. Think of the flight in 30-minute blocks. Each block has 3 beats: sip, move, breathe. Keep it simple so you'll actually do it. Beat 1, sip, 2 to 3 mouthfuls of water, not a full cup. Add a tiny electrolyte bump to 1 bottle for long flights, low sugar, a little sodium and potassium. This keeps blood volume steady in that 5 to 25% humidity without washing out your sodium. Plain water is fine too, just don't chug liters. If your pee is light yellow and you're getting up a couple times, you're in the lane. Beat 2, move. While you're seated, lift heels up and down 10 times, then toes up and down 10 times. Squeeze your calves like you're pushing the floor away. Slide to the aisle edge and do a slow hip opener, knee out, knee in, 5 each side. Hands on ribs, take 1 reach overhead to unstick your back. Then stand, yes, stand, and do 10 very small calf raises holding the seat. It takes about a minute. You've just turned the calf pump back on. Beat 3, breathe 2 rounds of box breathing or pursed lip breathing. In through your nose for 4, hold 4, out through pursed lips for 6 to 8. The longer exhale nudges oxygen up and heart rate down. You'll feel your shoulders drop. Once you nail that, everything else clicks. Here's where most people mess up. They wait for the seatbelt sign to turn off, then do one big walk and call it done. That's not enough. The 30-minute rhythm wins because it stacks little wins without bothering your seatmates. If the cart is blocking the aisle, you still get the ankle pumps, hip openers, rib reach, and breaths. When the aisle clears, you stand. No drama. Drinks that help, drinks that don't. Smart drinks first. Water with a pinch of electrolytes, decaf or regular coffee early in the day if it's your norm, and tea. Coffee and tea still count as fluids. They're not the villains people make them out to be. What to limit: wine, liquor, and heavy soda. Alcohol plus cabin dryness equals faster dehydration and worse sleep, and it can nudge heart rhythm and touchy hearts. One small drink with a meal is the ceiling for most folks. Skip the all-you-can ginger ale parade. Sugar spikes and crashes feel lousy at altitude. Snack like a grown-up. Go salty protein, low sugar, nuts, jerky, cheese stick, a low sugar protein bar, tiny bites, steady timing. This keeps blood sugar and energy smooth and stops the hangry wander to the galley. If the meal shows up, eat the protein and veg first, then the starch if you still want it. Easy rule: protein before pastry. Seat tactics that make a real difference. Aisle edge gives you foot space and easy exits. Keep your belt low and a little loose across the hips, not the ribs, so you can breathe deep. Light layers let you adjust to weird cabin temps without sweating or shivering. Shoes with room for foot swallow your friend, don't cinch them tight. If your back gets cranky, slide forward an inch, sit tall like a string is lifting your crown, and gently roll your shoulders. 10 seconds helps. Breathing variations if you feel tight. If you get a wave of breathlessness, do pursed lip breathing only. In for 2, out like you're blowing through a straw for 4 to 6. That back pressure opens airways and improves oxygen exchange. If your heart rate feels jumpy but you're not short of breath, do box breathing: 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold for 4 rounds. It's the fastest legal way to calm the system. Common mistakes to dodge: don't cross your legs for long stretches, it kinks venous return. Don't take a deep sedative plus alcohol, that combo slows breathing in an already lower oxygen cabin. Don't kick off compression socks mid-flight because they feel weird. They feel weird because they're working, and please don't power through red flags. Red flags to take seriously in the air: new calf pain or tenderness in one leg, especially with warmth and swelling, chest pressure that spreads to arm, jaw, or back, sudden breathlessness at rest, fainting, one-sided weakness, or trouble speaking. Tell the crew right away. Say the words new chest pain or sudden shortness of breath. They're trained. Earlier help is always better than waiting. Micro-stretch options for tight bodies. For hips, seated figure 4, ankle over opposite knee, hinge forward gently for 5 breaths, switch. For ribs, wrap a belt or scarf around your lower ribs, inhale into the belt, exhale long, 3 breaths. For back, seated cat-cow, round your spine on an exhale, arch gently on an inhale, 5 rounds. Do what your body likes, skip what it hates. If sleep calls, do it smart. Eye mask, light blanket, neck support, and keep naps short unless it's an overnight. Before you nod off, do 3 slow exhale-focused breaths. If you're prone to leg swelling, elevate feet slightly with a small bag under your heels, not your knees. When you wake, run 1 full 30-minute block, sip, move, breathe. Last, a quick win nobody mentions: set your watch to destination time after takeoff and start eating and moving by that clock. It helps your body shift, which lowers that day 2 crash. Tiny habit, big payoff. You keep this rhythm, you land with legs that feel like legs, a heart rate that behaves, and a head that's clear enough to enjoy the first night. Keep it going through baggage claim. The sneaky mistakes happen there. Coming right up, the first 48-hour playbook at altitude or in heat. The 2-2-2 routine, what numbers actually matter, and the common hotel mistake that wrecks night 1. Arrival at altitude or heat, first 48 hours. You're off the plane, nice. Now don't sprint into trap. The first 48 hours decide whether your heart coasts or fights. Think 2-2-2 each day: 2 liters of fluid, 2 easy walks, 2 solid sleep windows. Let's start with altitude. If you've landed around 5,000 to 8,000 feet, Denver, Mexico City, Quito, oxygen is still thinner than at sea level. Your body will adapt, but not in one afternoon. Day 1 is slow by design. Smaller meals help because big, heavy dinners steal blood to your gut and spike heart rate. Skip booze at least the first night. Alcohol dehydrates and messes with sleep, and sleep is when your body catches up to altitude. Do 2 light walks, 10 to 20 minutes each, flat ground, gentle pace. You're not training, you're turning on the calf pump and testing how your heart and lungs feel in this air. Check oxygen if you brought an oximeter or your doctor suggested it. Do it after you've been sitting for 2 minutes, then again a minute after a walk. Expect a few points lower than home. If you're symptomatic headache, nausea, unusual breathlessness, and your number sits mid-80s at rest, that's a stop sign. Sit, sip, breathe slow through pursed lips, and if it doesn't bounce back, you rest and call for help. Nobody's asking you to prove anything. The heat version looks different but pulls the same strings. Hot, humid weather makes your heart work to cool you, pulling blood to the skin and boosting sweat. You'll lose water and salt faster than you think. So shade first. Do morning activity, not high noon. Keep a simple salt bump handy, a lightly salted snack or a low-sugar electrolyte mix, especially if you're a salty sweater or on diuretics. Cool down on the hour. Shade, fan, cool cloth on the neck, a few slow breaths. 2 liters a day is a baseline, add more if you're out in it. Dark yellow pee, you're behind. Crystal clear all day, you might be overdoing it, add a pinch of electrolytes so you don't dilute sodium. Now med timing. Slide to local time steadily, not with big gaps or doubles. If you landed late, keep your home time doses that day with alarms, then shift the next morning using your grid. For blood thinners, beta blockers, or insulin, avoid long holes. Quick call to your pharmacist if you're unsure, beats guessing when you're tired. Sleep is your repair shop, so give it a chance. 2 windows per day means a core night of 7 to 8 hours, and if needed, 1 short nap, 10 to 20 minutes early afternoon. No evening naps. Get light on your face within an hour of local morning and dim screens an hour before bed. Room cool if you can. A warm shower or bath 30 to 60 minutes before lights out helps you fall asleep faster. Magnesium at night can help some people relax, but keep your doc in the loop if you're on specific meds. What do your numbers mean now that you've landed? Resting heart rate 5 to 10 beats above your baseline the first day is common. That should drift down by day 2 if you stick to the plan. Oxygen a couple points lower than home at rest is expected at altitude. If heart rate keeps climbing day 2 and your ankles start puffing, that's a yellow flag. Slow down, add an easy walk, sip with electrolytes, and check in early if you have heart failure. If you feel chest pressure, one-sided legs swelling, fainting, or sudden breathlessness, act now, don't wait to see if it passes. Ready for the tiny hotel mistake almost everyone makes night 1. It's not the pillow. It's cranking the heat or AC and drying the room to desert levels while your airway is already dry from the flight. That snoring, mouth-breathing, wake-up every hour mess, that's the air. Run a towel damp and hang it near the vent. Crack the bathroom door with the shower on warm for a minute to add humidity, or use a travel humidifier if you have one. Add a glass of water by the bed, not to drink all night, but to remind you to sip before lights out and on waking. Your airway stays happier, you breathe quieter, and your heart rate won't spike every time your mouth goes sand dry. Keep the 222 simple checklist on your phone. 2 liters, 2 easy walks, 2 sleep windows. Layer in small meals, no booze day 1, shade mornings and heat, oximeter checks if advised, and your meds slide without gaps. Day 2 you can stretch a bit, add stairs slowly, a longer walk or a light tour, but hold off on big hikes or late shows until your resting heart rate settles near baseline. Do this and you'll feel like you arrived, not like you survived. Next, the daily travel day heart routine. You can run anywhere. Morning reset, midday guardrails, evening wind down, plus the 2 quick numbers that tell you when to slow down. The travel day heart routine daily template. Here's your simple template to keep your heart steady on any travel day, hotel to sites to dinner, without feeling like you're in boot camp. It's 3 parts: morning reset, midday guardrails, evening wind down, plus the 3S rule and a quick buddy packed so you don't push past your line. Keep it light, repeat daily, enjoy more. Morning reset. As soon as you wake, get light in your eyes. Open the curtains or step outside for 5 to 10 minutes. That anchors your body clock and smooths heart rate for the day. Drink a glass of water with a small electrolyte bump, half a packet or a pinch of salt, plus a squeeze of lemon if you're low tech. Not chugging, just topping off so you don't start in a hole. Now protein first. A simple plate, eggs and fruit, yogurt with nuts, or a protein shake you brought. Protein steadies blood sugar and keeps energy smooth. Then move gently for 5 minutes. Ankles up and down 20 times, 10 calf raises using a chair or counter, 5 sit to stands, and 3 slow exhale focused breaths. Think of this like priming the calf pump and opening your ribs. If you like numbers, aim for 300 to 500 easy steps before breakfast, down the hall, courtyard loop, or stairs if your legs feel good. Shoes on, compression socks if swelling is your thing or you're in heat or altitude, then go enjoy. Midday guardrails keep you from drifting into the cement legs zone. Set a sit limit, no more than 45 minutes without a brief stand, even at a museum or long lunch. Simple cue stand every time you finish a glass or a course. Stretch cues, ankle pumps 10 each, a gentle hip opener while standing, 1 rib reach overhead, 3 slow breaths out through pursed lips. That's 60 seconds. Do that and you'll beat the afternoon slump. Salt hits and fluid rhythm matter more than you think. Use tiny regular bumps rather than one big guzzle. A lightly salted snack, handful of nuts, olives, or a small broth pairs well with water and keeps volume steady so you don't fade. In heat, add a low-sugar electrolyte drink once mid-morning or mid-afternoon. If you're on a diuretic, stick to your doctor's plan and listen for dizziness. Add fluids with a pinch of electrolytes instead of plain water bombs. Dark yellow pee. Nudge fluids up, clear all day, add a tiny electrolyte pinch so you don't overdilute. Short breath drills are your reset button. If stairs leave you winded, pause on a landing and do pursed lip breathing. In for 2, out like you're blowing through a straw for 4 to 6. Heart racing from crowds or heat, box breathing, 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold for 4 rounds. You'll feel the switch flip. The 3S rule is your daily dose of strength that protects joints and veins, 15 minutes done anywhere. Steps, brisk walk for 6 minutes inside or out. Strength, 2 rounds of 10 sit-to-stands, 10 counter push-ups, 10 calf raises. Stability, 10-second single-leg balance per side twice. That's it. If you're feeling spicy, hold a bag for light resistance. If your knees complain, make the sit-to-stands higher and the balance near a wall. This small practice keeps the calf pump honest and your stride confident. Evening wind down is how you sleep like someone who actually rests on trips. Screens off an hour before bed. If you can't, switch to dark mode and dim the brightness. Take a warm shower or bath 30 to 60 minutes before lights out. Your body cools after and that drop cues sleep. Keep the room cool, add a bit of humidity if the air is desert dry. Magnesium glycinate at night can help some people relax. Clear it with your clinician if you're on special meds. A tiny protein snack if you're hungry, Greek yogurt, a cheese stick so you don't wake up from a sugar crash. 3 slow exhale-focused breaths in bed, lights out. Travel buddy packed. Pick one person, spouse, friend, or even yourself via note on the mirror and set 2 daily check-ins, mid-morning and early evening. Share signals. If I say I'm woozy, we sit and sip. If my ankle swelling jumps or my resting heart rate is up 10 beats above baseline by afternoon, we slow the plan. No ego. Nobody gets a medal for powering through yellow flags. What about fun? Build your day like this. 1 hard block, 1 easy block. If you do the big cathedral stairs late morning, make the afternoon a gentle neighborhood walk and early dinner. Tomorrow, flip it. You'll say yes to more because you're not cooked by day 2. 2 quick numbers to keep you honest. Resting heart rate on waking. If it's 5 to 10 above your normal, take the morning slower. Oxygen if you're tracking it at altitude or per your doctor. If you're sitting mid-80s with symptoms, that's a rest and call moment, not a push through. Keep this daily template simple. Light water with a pinch of electrolytes, protein, tiny movement, sit limits, salt bumps, breath resets, short strength, cool room, early screens down. It fits in your pocket, not your suitcase. Do it and your trip stops feeling like recovery and starts feeling like living. You've got this. Up next, the safety net, how to time meds across time zones, which numbers to watch, and the clear words that get help fast if something feels off. Medications monitoring and when to worry, safety net. Now the safety net, meds, monitors, and the signals you don't ignore. This stuff keeps small problems small so you can stay independent and enjoy life to the fullest. First, how flights and heat mess with common heart meds. Blood thinners don't change their job in the air, but missed timing does. Keep doses on schedule with alarms on travel day, then slide to local time after you land using your grid. Don't double dose to catch up. Beta blockers can blunt your heart's normal rise with altitude or stairs, so pace day 1 and use the breath drills. If you feel dizzy on standing, sit, sip a little electrolyte and give it a minute. Diuretics can dehydrate you fast in dry cabins and heat. If you're on them, plan bathroom access, use smaller, steady fluids, and add a pinch of electrolytes rather than pounding plain water. Time zones make timing messy, so here's the clean approach. For short trips or 1 to 2 zones, stick to home time dosing on travel day with alarms, then convert at breakfast the next morning. For big jumps, slide doses a bit each day before you go, or ask your pharmacist for a simple conversion plan. Rule of thumb, never exceed your total daily dose. It's better to have a slightly longer gap than a shorter one that stacks meds. Devices, use them to trend, not to spiral. A blood pressure cuff, an oximeter, and if you're diabetic, a glucometer are tools, not judges. Take readings at consistent times with context. Best times: morning seated after 2 minutes of rest and early evening before dinner. Write the number and a quick note: altitude, heat, big walk, poor sleep, alcohol. You'll see patterns, not random noise. What numbers matter? Yellow flags you call about early. Resting heart rate that runs 5-10 beats above your home baseline for 2 days. Morning blood pressure that's consistently higher than your usual by, say, 10 to 15 points. Oxygen that's 3 to 4 points below your sea level normal at rest and doesn't bounce back with rest and pursed lip breathing. Ankle swelling that trends up day to day, or a 2-pound weight rise in 2 days if you have heart failure. None of these are panic, they're slow down, adjust, and check-in signals. Red flags mean act now, not later. New chest pressure or pain that spreads to the arm, jaw, or back. Sudden shortness of breath at rest. One-sided leg swelling, warmth or pain. Fainting or near fainting. New confusion or trouble speaking. Those are crew call and emergency care moments. Say the words clearly: new chest pain or sudden shortness of breath. You're not being dramatic, you're being smart. A few special intersections. On blood thinners and worried about clots? Great, you're already reducing risk, but you still wear your 15 to 30 millimeters of mercury compression socks and move every 30 minutes. On insulin or meds for diabetes, airport food and jet lag will swing sugars. Pack your hypo kit, eat protein first, and check more often on long flights and heat days. COPD or asthma at altitude. Bring inhalers in your carry-on, know your rescue plan, and check oxygen after a gentle walk. If you're dipping into the mid-80s at rest with symptoms, rest and seek help. Travel days in heat need a different hydration lane. Water counts, tea and coffee count, but the cabin in heat can make you overdo plain water and wash out sodium. Use a low-sugar electrolyte mix once or twice a day when sweating or on diuretics. Dark yellow pee, nudge fluids, crystal clear all day with wooziness, add electrolytes. Last, build your tiny checklist on one card in your wallet: meds and doses, conditions, allergies, doctors, and an emergency contact. Add your baseline vitals. If anything feels off, you've got your data, your plan, and your words ready. Nobody's asking you to be perfect. Just be prepared and consistent. Trust me on this one, it's the difference between a worried trip and a good story when you get home. Coming up, custom guardrails for AFib, heart failure, stents and CAD, COPD or asthma and diabetes, so you can tweak the same plan without feeling boxed in. Special cases: AFib, heart failure, stents, CAD, COPD, asthma, diabetes customization. Now let's tailor the plan if you've already got heart or lung stuff on board. You'll keep the same 3 levers: air, altitude, immobility, but we'll add a few guardrails so you feel safe, not boxed in. AFib first. Your biggest triggers up there are dehydration, heavy alcohol, and big swings in sleep. So keep the steady fluid lane with a small electrolyte bump. Limit booze to none or 1 with food, and hold the 30-minute move rhythm. Bring rate control meds in your pocket, not your suitcase, and know your what-if rule. If you flip into a rapid rhythm and feel lightheaded, sit, purse lip, breathe, sip, and take your prescribed as-needed dose if your cardiologist allows that. If chest pressure, faintness, or breathlessness hits, tell the crew. Compression socks and an aisle seat still help. They're not just for clots, they keep your legs and heart calmer. Heart failure. Your job is fluid balance plus mental pace. Dry cabins and heat pull water out of you, but pounding plain water can backfire. Use steady sips, small electrolyte support, and your usual sodium targets. Don't swing from ultra-low to a salty airport bomb. Weigh daily if you normally do, and watch ankle size. 2 pounds up in 2 days with swelling is a yellow flag. Slow down, sit with legs up, add a short walk later, and call early. At altitude, plan a slow day 1, smaller meals, and skip booze. Talk to your clinician before travel about whether in-flight oxygen or a hypoxia assessment makes sense if your resting oxygen runs low. Stents and coronary artery disease. Think warm up and nitro plan. Cold starts at altitude or in heat can spike demand. Walk easier the first 10 minutes, then settle in. Keep nitroglycerin where you can reach it, not buried. If chest tightness shows up with exertion, stop, sit, and do purse lip breathing. If it doesn't ease with rest and nitro as directed, that's a crew call. Avoid heavy, salty airport meals right before boarding. They push blood to your gut and your heart works harder in a dry, lower oxygen cabin. COPD or asthma. The cabin and altitude are thinner air, plan ahead. Carry inhalers in your carry-on and take controller meds on time with alarms. Practice purse lip breathing, it's your in-flight superpower. Consider a doc check 2 to 4 weeks before if you're going above 5,000 to 8,000 feet to talk oxygen and altitude limits. Humidify your hotel room a touch the first night so your airways don't feel like sandpaper. If your oximeter sits mid-80s at rest with symptoms that don't bounce back after rest and breathing, that's a rest and seek help moment. Diabetes, flights and jet lag swing sugars, so front-load protein and carry your hypo kit. Keep insulin and pens in your carry-on with spares. Time zones, use your dose grid better, slightly longer interval than stacking doses. On long flights, check sugars more often. Cabin stress and odd meals can throw you. Go easy on high sugar drinks, pair carbs with protein to slow the spike. In heat, you may need a small electrolyte bump and more checks. Dehydration can concentrate glucose and confuse the picture. Across all 5, a few shared moves make life easier. Aisle seat for movement and bathroom access. 15 to 30 millimeters of mercury knee-high compression socks on before you leave home. The 30-minute rhythm: sip, move, breathe. Skip heavy booze, especially day 1, and respect the 3-5-4 hour tipping point by tightening your routine the longer you sit. When to worry doesn't change. New chest pain, sudden breathlessness, one-sided leg swelling, fainting, or confusion means speak up now. Say the clear words so help kicks in fast. And remember, nobody's asking you to be perfect. You're building a lane that fits your condition so you can stay independent and enjoy life to the fullest. Put your small tools in your pocket, set your alarms, and go live your trip, not your diagnosis. You've got this. Next up, the 10-minute emergency drill, info card, signals, script, and local care map so you and your buddy can act fast without panic. Emergency ready, the 10-minute drill contingency. Let's build a tiny safety net you can run under stress in 10 minutes flat. No drama, just clear steps that buy you time and make help faster. First, the info card. Grab one index card or the Notes app and type this in order: your name and date of birth, conditions: heart failure, AFib, stents, COPD, diabetes, short list, medications with doses and timing, allergies, baseline vitals, usual blood pressure, resting heart rate, oxygen at home, your cardiologist and primary care names with phone numbers, one emergency contact. Screenshot it, print a copy. Stick one in your wallet and one in your carry-on. Next, your signals script. In a pinch, you need the exact words that move people. Practice these short lines out loud. New chest pain, pressure 7 out of 10, started 10 minutes ago. Sudden shortness of breath, rest. One leg is swollen and painful on the calf. I'm lightheaded and might faint. Say this to crew, front desk, or 911 equivalent, short, strong, specific. Now your local care map. Before you fly, search urgent care near hotel and hospital, ER near hotel. Pick one of each within 15 minutes. Save their names, addresses, and phone numbers in your notes and on a paper slip with your info card. Add the nearest pharmacy with hours. If you have a language gap, add the hotel front desk number. They can translate and direct a taxi. Travel insurance check. You want 3 things that matter: coverage for pre-existing conditions, medical evacuation for true emergencies, and 24/7 assistance with a phone number. The fluff is souvenirs insurance. Skip that. Take a photo of your policy card and the assistance number. Put it next to your signals script. If something hits, dial assistance first when you're stable. They reroute you faster than random Googling. Med grab and go. Keep your daily meds as needed meds like nitro or rate control and a small water bottle in the same outer pocket of your bag. If symptoms start, you're not digging. If you use insulin, your hypo kit lives right there too. Run the drill at home once. Time yourself. Can you pull your info card, say the chest pain line, point to the nearest ER in your notes, and grab meds in under 2 minutes? If not, move where things live until you can. Nobody's asking you to be a paramedic, just remove the scavenger hunt. On the road, post the plan. Put your info card and local care map on the hotel nightstand. Tell your travel buddy where they are. Agree on one rule: if red flag symptoms hit, you don't debate, you use the script and move. Last, a calm reset if it's a yellow flag. Sit feet flat, 3 rounds of pursed lip breathing, inhale 2, exhale 6. Sip a little electrolyte water, recheck how you feel in 5 minutes. If it's still off or worsening, you act. Trust me on this one, a simple, rehearsed drill turns panic into steps. You stay independent because you plan for what if. Next, small lifestyle wins that make trips feel lighter, route hacks, the 2 joys rule, and micro moves that keep legs from turning to cement. Enjoy more, stress less, simple wins that boost fun lifestyle. You did the safety work, now let's make the trip more fun, not rigid. Here's the simple game plan that keeps your energy high without feeling like homework. Design your days with a rhythm, one hard, one easy. So if today has the big museum and a few stairs, tomorrow is coffee in the square, a slow neighborhood walk, and an earlier dinner. It's like being a smart coach for your own body. You'll say yes to more because you won't be cooked by day 2. Pick smart routes. When you book, choose layovers you can walk without sprints. A 10-minute stroll beats a 5-minute dash. At the destination, think loop, not zigzag. Group sites in the same area so your steps feel like exploring, not shuttling. Trust me on this one, removing the frantic bits is the fastest way to enjoy life to the fullest. Book rooms near stairs or elevators you actually use. 1 or 2 flights of slow stairs in the morning is a perfect warm-up. 10 flights at midnight is a regret. Ask for earlier dinner slots. Big late meals spike heart rate and trash sleep, and sleep is your recovery engine at altitude and in heat. Nobody's asking you to skip the gelato. Just enjoy it before sunset, not at 11. Use the 2 joys rule. Every day, choose 2 small highlights you know you'll love: an art room, a view, a bakery, and treat everything else as bonus. When you hit the 2, you're done proving anything. This takes the pressure off and weirdly leads to more fun because you're not chasing a checklist. Weave in micro-movement. Waiting for a tour? 10 ankle pumps, a few calf raises, 1 rib reach, 3 slow breaths. It's 60 seconds and it keeps your legs light. Looking at a view? Stroll the perimeter once. Sitting at lunch? Stand between courses. The move more without exercising trick is how you avoid the cement legs surprise. Heat and altitude days get tiny add-ons. Morning activity, shady routes, and a light salty snack with water mid-morning. In the afternoon, a cool-down ritual on the hour, shade, fan, neck cool, 3 long exhales. If you're over 5,000 to 8,000 feet, hold the first day slow, smaller meals, and no booze. On day 2, stretch a little if your resting heart rate is drifting back toward baseline. Make a travel buddy pact, 2 check-ins, late morning and early evening. Signals are simple. If either of you says I'm woozy or ankles jumped, you sit, sip, and slow. No ego, stay independent but have each other's back. Keep the fun kit light. Aisle seat, compression socks, low-sugar electrolyte packets, a protein snack you like, and your breath drill. That's it. You don't need 10 gadgets to feel good. Mindset matters. You're not fragile, you're prepared. The goal isn't to squeeze every drop from the city, it's to leave wanting one more day. That's how you know you paced it right. And boom, look at that result. Steady energy, clear head, feet that feel like feet. Coming up, myth-busting 10 bad travel lies that quietly wreck trips after 70, and what to do instead. Myth-busting, common travel lies after 70 belief breakers. Let's be honest here, most bad travel days after 70 start with bad advice. So let's kill a few myths that quietly wreck trips. Myth 1: drink gallons of plain water. Sounds healthy, right? In real life, chugging liters of plain water, especially in dry cabins or heat, can wash out sodium and make you dizzy or nauseous. That's hyponatremia. You don't need fancy drinks all day, but you do need balance. Sip steadily and add a low-sugar electrolyte bump once or twice when you're sweating, flying long, or on diuretics. Milk, broth, watery fruit, tea, and coffee still count toward fluids. You're aiming for light yellow pee and clear head, not a constant bathroom tour. Myth 2: avoid all salt. Total salt fear backfires on travel days. The cabin is pressurized to roughly 8,000 feet, humidity can be 5 to 25%, and you lose fluid just by breathing. A modest, steady sodium intake helps keep blood volume stable so your heart doesn't race with every stand-up. If your doctor sets strict sodium limits, follow them. If not, keep sodium consistent and skip the giant salty airport meal swings. Think steady lane, not salt ban or salt binge. Myth 3: just sleep it off when you land. Napping for 2 hours at 4 p.m. is how you earn a 2 a.m. ceiling stare. Do short gait naps if needed, 10 to 20 minutes max, and at destination, grab daylight in the morning, move a little, keep meals small, and save sleep pressure for night. A warm shower an hour before bed, a cool room, and screens downbeat a daytime knockout. Myth 4: window seats rest better. Great view, terrible access. After 3.5 to 4 hours, immobility becomes the enemy. Aisle wins because you can stand on your schedule, not your neighbor's. Add knee-high compression socks at 15 to 30 millimeters of mercury before you leave home, and you've stacked real clot protection with easy movement. Myth 5: yoga only. Stretching feels nice, but clots and cranky joints need muscle. Add calf raises, sit to stands, and a short walk, the 3S rule. Strength plus steps keeps the calf pump honest and your balance sharper on stairs and curbs. Yoga's fine as dessert, not the main course. Myth 6. Coffee dehydrates you. Not in a practical way. Coffee and tea are mostly water and still hydrate. If they're your norm, keep them, just match timing and avoid late-day jolts that trash sleep. The real dehydrator is alcohol in a dry cabin. One small drink with food is a ceiling for most, and none is smarter on day one at altitude. Myth 7. Electrolytes are only for athletes. If you're sweating in heat, flying long on diuretics, or prone to lightheadedness when you stand, a modest electrolyte bump can help. Keep sugar low. You don't need a neon sports drink parade, just a pinch of sodium and potassium in one bottle. Myth 8. If oxygen dips, it's always dangerous. Context matters. At 8,000 feet cabin pressure, many healthy people sit around 90 to 93%. At destination altitudes of 5 to 8,000 feet, expect a small drop. What matters is symptoms and trend. If you're mid-80s at rest with breathlessness or chest pressure, that's a stop and seek help signal. If you're low 90s and feel fine, you pace day one and use the plan. Myth 9. Compression is optional if you walk once. Movement is great. Compression plus movement is better. Socks on before the airport, aisle access, and the 30-minute rhythm beat one random lap to the galley. Last myth. I'm old, this is just how travel feels. Nope. Most misery comes from oxygen, fluids, and stillness ganging up at the same time. You now know how to break that up. Stay independent, build small guardrails, and enjoy life to the fullest. The payoff is real: clear head, calm heart, steady legs, day 2 included. Next up, the one-page checklist. Print it, pack it, and stop guessing on travel day. The one-page safe travel checklist implementation. Let's shrink the whole plan to one page you can stick in your bag. Read it top to bottom once, then just follow the boxes. Pre-trip. 7 days out. Hydration ramp, steady sips, 1 bottle with a low-sugar electrolyte bump daily. Protein at each meal, salt steady, not zero, not wild. Daily 10-20-minute walks plus 3S sneak peek, 10 calf raises, 10 sit-to-stands, 10-second balance each leg. Sleep bank, shift bedtime by 15 minutes, morning light 10 minutes. Medication audit, build your dose grid in destination time, set alarms. Baseline 3 mornings, BP, resting heart rate, oxygen, weight, write the averages. Compression socks, knee-high, 15-30 mmHg, size to calf, practice once. 3 days out. Confirm doctor-pharmacist guidance if crossing time zones or on insulin, anticoagulants, diuretics. Pack list, meds in carry-on, spares, hypo kit, electrolytes, protein snacks, oximeter, glucometer if relevant, soft bottle, layers, info card. 24 hours out. Last meal, protein plus salt, low sugar, light booze or none. Prehydrate with modest electrolytes, sip, don't chug. Lay out socks, alarm set, seat strategy, aisle if you're a mover. Flight. 30-minute rhythm. Sip 2-3 mouthfuls, 1 electrolyte bottle on long flights. Move, ankle toe pumps x10, mini hip opener x5 side, stand for 10 calf raises when aisle opens. Breathe, box or purslip 2-4 rounds. Movement list, you can do seated. Seated figure 4, rib reach, seated cat-cow, shoulder rolls. Smart drink snacks. Water, tea, coffee earlier in day, low sugar electrolyte mix, salty protein snacks first. Z tactics. Aisle edge, belt low loose, light layers, shoes with room, no long leg crossing. Red flags in flight. New chest pressure, sudden breathlessness, one-sided leg pain, swelling, fainting, tell crew now. Arrival first 48 hours. Guardrails. 2 liters fluid, 2 easy walks, 2 sleep windows daily. Altitude. Smaller meals, no booze. Night 1, check oxygen if advised, rest, then post-walk. Purslip breathing if winded, pace stairs. Heat. Morning activity, shade routes, hourly cool downs, tiny salt bumps, low sugar electrolytes. Med timing slide. Shift to local time without gaps or doubles per your grid. Oximeter ranges, context, not panic. Expect a small drop from home, symptoms plus mid-80s at rest equals rest and seek help. Daily template on the mirror. Morning, light 5-10 minutes, water with small electrolyte pinch, protein first, 5-minute move. Midday, sit limit 45 minutes, ankle pumps, rib reach, breaths, salty snack with water. Evening, screens down, warm shower, cool room, magnesium if cleared. Emergency ready. Wallet card, meds doses, condition, allergies, baseline vitals, doctors, contact. Signals script, new chest pain, sudden shortness of breath, one-sided leg swelling. Care map, nearest urgent care, ER, pharmacy, insurance assistance number. Next, a quick future pace so you can see exactly how this looks when it all clicks. No crash, no ankle balloons, and a calm heart by day 2. Future pacing, your trip without the crash, what if? Picture stepping off the plane and feeling normal legs, clear head, calm heart rate. No ankle balloons by dinner. You walk the square after sunset because you want to not to get your steps. Sleep lands on time, you wake steady, not foggy. Imagine stairs that feel like stairs, not a mountain. You pause on a landing, 2 purse-lip breaths, and you're good. Your resting heart rate is within a few beats of home by day 2. Your oxygen sits where you expected, and you know what to do if it dips after a walk. Sit, sip, slow exhale, bounce back. See yourself saying yes to the gallery, then coffee, then a slow loop in the park. 2 joys, not 10 stops. You're not watching the clock for meds because your alarms run the show. Food is simple, protein first, steady salt, no drama. You grab the aisle, stand when you want, and those socks do their quiet job. Trust me on this one routine changes everything. The 30-minute rhythm in the air, the 2-2-2 on the ground, and the daily template make your trip graph look flat and steady, not spiky and downhill. You stay independent because you removed the surprises, air, altitude, stillness before they ganged up on you. Keep that picture, it's closer than you think. Coming up, a tight conclusion and your next step, the 7-minute calf strength and balance video that locks in clot protection for the next trip. Here's the takeaway: break the travel trap by managing air, fluids, and stillness with tiny, steady moves before, during, and after the flight. Run the 7-day prep, wear 15-30 mmHg compression socks and keep the 30-minute sip, move, breathe rhythm in the air. On arrival, use the 2-2-2 rule in your daily template. Now for stronger legs and clot armor, watch the 7-minute calf strength and balance video next. Subscribe for more simple, proven senior travel health guides. Stay independent and enjoy life to the fullest. Stay with me. In the next video, I'll show you the exact calf and balance sequence, how to size compression socks right, and the one tweak that keeps ankles from ballooning on day 2.